Okay, so I've been trying to come up with some different content for teaching purposes. I've been doing this now 23 years, working with different types of people, different body types, different thought processes, different motivations, and I have a really, really interesting guest today. So this is for any woman who has ever struggled with body image, with stress eating, with overeating, with lack of confidence, ability to diet, or follow an eating program, or people who have yo-yoed. My guest has gone through it all, and we have such good, interesting information to give you. So without further ado, Marisa.
Hi, my name is Marisa. I'm 31 years old and I'm a designer, and I started to work out with Joe at 2013 when I was 4 months pregnant.
So, this is kind of cool. She came to me now. I've known Marisa since actually she was in high school. That should kind of kick off how old I am, which don't worry about that. But anyway, when Marisa came to me, I hadn't seen her in a while, and I was shocked because she was pregnant, which I knew she was pregnant, but I had seen her maybe 4 months prior to this, and she looked fine. And then I see her again, and
I gained 30 kilograms.
30 kilograms is 65 pounds, and we're talking 4 months. So she was so smart to say, and trusting too, to come to me and say, let's work on this. Now, she lost a little bit of weight, but only fat, and her baby got healthier and got stronger, and she worked out until the day she gave birth. I mean, on the day she gave birth.
Yes.
What were you doing?
Squatting.
At the hospital. I love it. It made me so happy. And her birth it took a while, right?
It took a while.
But it was smooth though.
Smooth.
Like,
I'm stronger. It's easier. Yeah.
cool. Okay, now we're gonna fast forward. She decides she wants to come back after giving birth.
21 days after I gave birth, I came back to the gym and do light workouts.
And what did you tell me?
I want to go back to my original size, which is UK6.
Okay, and you were worried about that.
Yes,
you were worried
I was
about
worried
if you were
about
gonna
that.
get it, right?
Because I already shopped for UK6 clothes and I was so scared I couldn't fit into them.
Okay, now, this is where she becomes a superstar. I told her, do not worry. In 10 weeks, you will be easily a size 6. But what happened?
Everybody was laughing, everybody didn't trust me, but I kept on going and it did happen.
In 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
And then you actually got to a size 0.
Yes.
And so then she became smaller than she was before she was pregnant.
Yes.
Now we're gonna get to the meat.
Yes.
So, okay. Now here's where our story turns, okay? It's a success story, and then something happens. Now, this is what we want to get down to.
Okay.
What happened?
It was my birthday, and then after my birthday, I just like lost motivation, and then I came back to eating like disorganizedly, and then it's like lack of motivation, lack of strength, and then it's just like I fell apart.
Okay.
Yeah, I fell apart.
Now, this is exactly where we're having this. So please, like every woman right now watching this will totally be like, I understand that.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't understand. And I want you to explain to me like how like you let yourself go from this, we're gonna get to the good story again, but to literally she got I'm not gonna say obese, but almost double her size that she is right now.
Yes.
So now this is, remember when we were working out together, you said, oh, I can't understand how a woman could do that. But now I want to know, because now you've done it.
Yes.
Make me understand.
Yeah.
What happened? Like really, like what was it?
Okay, so it was like my birthday, and I ate dirty because
Yeah.
it was my
Yeah,
birthday,
yes, of
and
course.
it was a long,
Sure.
but I think it was way too long.
Okay.
I ate dirty for way too long. So it makes me, when I got back to the gym and try to diet again, it's really hard for me to lose the weight. Then I lost motivation.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so what was I? Do you remember what I told you during that time? Okay, it's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. We talked a lot. So, I had told her, don't diet. Said you need to find your motivation to train as hard as you can. But that didn't happen.
Yes.
So, she quit, and then what did you do after that?
I do what all the stereotypes, healthy eating stuff thingy, like eat the red rice and then with the good proteins, but something like that. And then I lost it. I was just like, okay, I'm eating healthy, then I can double up my portion. And then I went.
And then also you picked up what sport? What new sport did you start during that time?
Boxing.
Uh-huh.
And then I went to the gym, like the usual gym, like and working out for 2 hours every day. But it makes me bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you also were jogging.
Yeah,
You started jogging.
I did jogging and running.
Yeah. And so most women are watching and say, how is that possible? She's working out 2 hours and not losing weight. The opposite happens when you try to out-exercise too many calories. Your metabolism shuts down and the body just goes into a storage mode. And you store everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna move ahead.
I ate chips a lot, by the way.
Oh yeah, chips.
I ate chips a lot, by the way, because I thought, oh, I'm jogging, I'm running, I can put more calories.
See that right there?
And then I'll just go bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yes, very well said, because that's always what happens when you over cardio.
Yes.
Not only are you more hungry, but you justify everything like, oh, today I burned 1,000 calories, so I can eat an extra 1,000 calories.
Yes.
The body doesn't work like that.
Yes.
Okay? It's not calories in versus calories out.
Yes.
It's calories in versus calories needed. Big difference. We'll get to that later. Now, okay, so we're gonna move a little bit more. Okay, now keep in mind, this is a span of about 2.5 years.
Yes, I guess.
About around that.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Good. Okay, so now we're gonna fast forward to just about 8 months ago. Okay. 8 months ago was one of your worst looks.
Yes.
Your personality wasn't the same.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. Okay, now I want you guys to see something. You see she smiles all the time? This is how she is. But that's not how you were 8 months ago. You came into the gym again, she started to come back, and she comes in the gym and her personality had changed.
Yes.
Her attitude, she's very outgoing, very personable. What happened?
I got lack of self-confidence, and I'm not confident enough to say hi to everybody. And yeah, it's just like I'm being an introvert, but in fact I always been an extrovert.
Exactly. 100.
Because I wasn't really confident with my body and how I look, because I know that I don't look good.
Now, what were you telling everybody, like especially like on social media? And I mean, what you're saying now is the truth.
It's honest.
But what happened on social media, like all your pictures, your clothing? I mean, please.
Yeah. I actually active on social media, very active. But then when that happened like 8 months ago, I didn't even upload my photos. When I uploaded, I cover all my body with oversized clothing. It's almost like I'm 10 years older than I age, and my fashion just like ruined.
As well as she started doing the quotes. Be happy with who you are. There's more to life. You know, search for happiness. You know, all the same bullshit that people who are hiding.
Yes.
It's almost like you're trying to tell yourself that, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to believe the things that I'm writing because I'm not believe in myself. Yes.
And
that's
I know this is such a common thing, and I know all of you that are doing it. I know you guys, and so you're not fooling anybody. But now we get to the fun again. Okay, so this is where I get happy. Okay, so all of a sudden, you start getting a little bit more energetic. You start every week I'm seeing a little bit more of a loss. I'm seeing a little bit more of a loss. And literally 4 weeks later, I'm like, holy shit. She looks way better. What happened?
I think it's because I train again in the morning, and then I see all of the people who's training in the morning. They really look good, and then I see Joe again, so he's kind of like my motivation because I was like, I don't want him to be mad at me.
And I was.
Yeah, because me and Joe has this relationship. We have a relationship, and I think that seeing him motivates me.
Oh, right on. That's awesome.
That's the main reason, because he's like, every time he looks at me, he's like, okay, hi, and bye. And I was like, I don't want him to be mad at me.
See,
but that's my motivation, because you're my coach before, and you'll always be my coach. Yeah.
But you see, you're also like family. You're my, I always say this, like, I've known you so long. You're like family. Like, I see you more than I see my family. So you're my family. So like, I'm not upset with you as a person. As a person, you're a great person. I know it. Everyone knows it. But I knew you were fucking yourself, and I knew you were in denial, and I knew that you were so much better than that.
Oh, one more thing. I did CrossFit.
Oh yeah. Don't get me started on CrossFit. Okay, that's a whole other topic, because that had the opposite effect than she was looking for. I mean, I'm talking about polar opposite effect.
Yeah.
It's why she was the biggest she was, actually. Even the running, she didn't get as big as she did when she did CrossFit. Okay, now, what were you doing though? Okay, so you got more motivated, but you were changing so quickly. What changes did you make to your outside life?
I think it's from the way I eat. I start eating better. I start to work out better.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's backtrack. What does eating better mean?
Eating better mean like just your portion and the nutrition you need, and then not drinking dairies. Starbucks.
And okay, that's yes. Okay, actually, I want you to say that out loud.
Yeah.
One more time. Repeat that again. The number one change that you made was something very special.
The number one change that I made was very specific. I drink Starbucks like every day. I was addicted, and it ruins my whole body. Then, click, one day I stopped drinking Starbucks, and it changes.
You lost like what? How many kilograms did you lose just doing
10
that?
kilograms.
10 kilograms.
10 kilograms.
People don't understand. Everyone blames fast food or this or that for gaining weight. It's not. It's if you're drinking high calorie coffee, you are ruining your metabolic rate, as well as you're teaching your body to store everything. And you're increasing your appetite. Starbucks is the reason the US is fat. I don't care. I will argue this till the day I die, because there's more proof that Starbucks increased obesity more than anything else, because fast food has been in the US since 1935. Burger places have been around since the 1900s. McDonald's came in the 50s. Okay, obesity didn't happen until the 80s. What changed in the 80s? Starbucks became popular. End of the 80s, Starbucks became popular. Obesity went up 33% in the 90s. Fast food didn't change. There's the same amount of restaurants, the same food. But this is the meat and potatoes of this interview, because a lot of people don't realize that one Starbucks a day is adding not only 500 to 1,000 extra calories to your plan, but it's making you hungrier at the same time. And mixing caffeines and fats actually cause you to feel depressed when the sugar crashes.
Yeah.
And it creates more of an appetite. It increases a hormone called ghrelin, and it makes you hungrier.
Yes.
But because you're all caffeined up, you're actually slowing your metabolism down, making it easier to store calories as fat. And this is a terrible cycle that you fell into. You would try to get better, but then the Starbucks would pull you back. You try to get better, then Starbucks pulled you back. So then she finally listened to me, because I told her many times about the evils of Starbucks. Now, I'm not talking about black coffee. I'm not talking about an iced Americano, that,
Yes.
but everyone knows that Starbucks coffee is nasty by itself. It's only good when you make it into something yummy, you know?
Yes.
So there's nothing wrong with drinking an espresso, drinking black coffee. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it'll help you. It's when you have the yummy stuff.
Yes.
It's better to eat cake, cookies, ice cream than have Starbucks, okay? So she drops the Starbucks, loses 10 kilograms, then what happens?
Then I start to get motivated. My personality change again. I say hi to people. I'm more confident with my clothes, and I come back to my old clothes because every new clothes that I buy is getting too big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where the success story comes in. You can switch your mind, but you have to start something, but not big. You start something small. Her main motivation came from just waking up one morning and saying, I'm not going to drink the Starbucks anymore. It's that simple. I mean, it sounds like, well, that can't be it. It was it. It was that one thing. And then once your mind changes and you're like, oh, I can be small again.
Yes.
You're gonna be small again. Like it just changed that. It's all visual now.
Yes.
You knew it was gonna happen, so you made it happen.
Yes.
And now, she's not eating like a monk. She's not eating like a freaking bikini girl, 500 calories a day. She has a nice balanced life. I told her to always balance herself, and if she wants to have fun, what do I say? If you want something to eat,
Just eat it.
exactly. The key is balance, because when you eat enough food, you can train harder. And that will kill off all, like say you went out and had hot dogs or ice cream or pizza, and you have a really good leg session, that pizza actually goes to muscle. So who cares? So now she's leaner, she's tiny, all because she made the choice to make one small change to her lifestyle. Now let's talk about working out.
Yes.
You must work out 5 hours a day every day.
And no, 30 minutes for 4 times a week here.
Oh, 30, but that's impossible.
Look at me. I'm stronger. I'm leaner. I have more energy, and then I can eat I can cheat. Like if today I want the McDonald's, I will eat
Absolutely,
the McDonald's.
damn right.
Yeah, and I still look like this.
I have to say though, I saw her at the movies last week and I was a little bit pissed off because I didn't see any popcorn or any good stuff. What happened there, Marisa?
Because I didn't want to eat.
You didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm eating hot dogs and like $6 of popcorn. So the point we're trying to make is, one, you don't out time a bad diet, but you can outwork it if you have a smart plan. And her plan is very simple. But if you actually go through her workout, you'll see, okay, that sucks. But it's quick. It's like pulling off a Band-Aid. It takes literally 30 minutes start to finish, and she's in and out. Now, she has to sit down, maybe use a couple minutes to gather her ability to stand.
Yes.
But it's 30 minutes, and it's 4 times a week. And one of the workouts, though, is just because she wants to make her butt better. So it's a butt-specific workout. So that's fun, right? That's a fun one.
Fun one.
Yeah, you enjoy yourself. Cardio is very, very, very minimal. And it's just now about balancing life.
Yes.
And I mean, she's a little bit more too covered up, but at the same time, you can see, look at the freaking neck. When she was before that, she didn't have a neck, okay? This shirt would not fit. Her arms would actually have filled out this shirt.
Yes.
Her legs,
My weakest part.
yeah, were close to like someone who's obese. And then she even said, like, you didn't know, I heard this, but you even said to Crystal that, oh, well, I can't get my legs back the way they used to be.
Yes.
Right? You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. I hear everything. But I got mad when I heard that. Because I know how if you just put your mind to something, it's gonna happen. It's not, and I mean, like I said, you're a great designer when you choose to be. Like when you're inspired and you're happy, you can see it in your clothes. You can see the difference in your designs from when you're happy to when you're not. I mean, it really affects your artistic side.
Yes.
So don't try to convince yourself everything is great. You have to come to the reality that if you don't like what you see in the mirror, you can change it though.
Yes.
That's what this is all about. That's what this whole interview is about.
Yes.
She's been on both sides of the fence.
Yes.
And she's even done the full denial,
Yes.
the trying to convince herself, but I don't buy that. If I truly thought she was happy, I would have never treated you different.
Yes.
Okay? I knew you weren't happy. I didn't care what you said. I didn't.
Yeah.
You couldn't. There's no
Yeah.
way you could convince me
I
otherwise.
wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy.
And there's just no way I would have been convinced otherwise because I
Yeah.
saw it. You could
Yeah.
see in your eyes. I mean, you're one of the most energetic, inspirational people I know.
Yes.
Like when I see work, I get fired up. Like
Yeah.
you could help me train because you're so energetic. Let's go.
Yes.
That was like gone for 2.5 years.
Yes.
Like it was just you went from like one side to the other side literally overnight.
Yes.
And that's why I was always curious because you and me used to talk all the time. You'd say, I don't understand how people could do that.
Yes.
But you've done it now.
Yes.
And so you do understand. So what happened, so here's the thing is, bad eating is not a bad thing, but the problem is it's addictive. It's like a drug addict. Some people can do a little bit of drugs here and there, and some people get a little bit and they're off the rails. They're gone, they're done. Some people can have a drink on the weekends, and some people are drunk every single freaking day. Well, food is exactly the same. That's why I preach balance. You know, I'm so scared for all like bikini competitors because they don't have that balance in their life and they really get depressed and they get so out of shape and like they ruin their metabolisms and they get sick all the time and that's why like I don't like working, like I like to have a completely different take on getting ready for a show.
Yeah.
And our next guest will explain that too because she suffered the same issues as you.
Yeah.
She has the same issues, and we're gonna do these, you know, more and more as interest grows on this because this is real. You know, she's not trying to be a bikini model, but she looks like one. She's not trying to be Miss America, but she feels like one. And you know, you don't have to be like somebody else to be super happy with yourself. You know, I think she looks fucking amazing, and so I'm just super proud of her. And she's still only getting better, which is crazy to me, but I tell her, do not lose the balance. I want you enjoying life.
Mm-hmm.
I want you, you know, living every day like tomorrow's you may not be here.
Yes.
And you can do that both ways. I mean, you don't have to like go and party crazy like every
Yeah.
day. But you can party.
Yes.
And you don't have to be super strict with your diet, but you can eat good.
Yes.
And it's just the second we go one way too far and it starts to dominate your life, that's when you're in trouble. And you found that out.
Yeah.
You went too far to the extreme, and then once you got a taste for the shitty food again, it fucked you up.
Yeah.
Because I told her this while she's like, I want to be smaller, I'm like, no, I want you to balance yourself now for a while.
Yeah.
And she didn't listen. And then she self-destructed.
Yes.
And it's okay. But I'm just so happy because honestly, I had given up. I've given up hope on you. And hence the reason we're even doing this interview. I actually gave up hope because it was literally 2.5 years. And I'll never forget, it was just a few weeks ago, you just came to the gym, I'm like, holy hell, she looks better.
Yes.
And then the week after, I'm like, oh, she's getting better. And then the week after that, okay, now I'm gonna tell her. I didn't want to tell you right away. I didn't want like to get you, you know, whatever. Yeah, I wanted you small first, and then. I mean, but this was literally an overnight success story.
Yes.
Like, what I think the total was 6 weeks.
Yes, 6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks. 6 weeks from fat to thin and lean, not skinny. She's very lean. You could 22 pounds of fat, not 22 pounds of weight. 22 pounds of fat. If we have this table, can you view on this table? 22 pounds of fat covers this entire table to about right here. That's what was in her body. That's what she got rid of. She did not lose muscle because she looks leaner. Her muscles show through her skin. When she flexes, you can see muscle. When she trains her back, you see every muscle in her back. So that was fat. Now, I hope you all grasp the difference between 10 kilograms of weight. If she dropped 10 kilograms of weight, she wouldn't look much different than she looks now.
Yeah.
Maybe a little smaller, maybe someone would comment, oh, you look better. But man, But what she gets is pure shock and awe. It's like everyone walks in that hadn't seen her in a month or 2 months. Whoa,
Yes.
Marisa! Look at what David, you just saw David. Marisa, oh my God! You know, yeah, Kevin here was going crazy. Like, he was like, how, Joe, how? She listens to me, man. But I really appreciate you today. I know this is not easy to talk about because, you know, you had a very dark time.
Yes.
And you could have still been there, sweetheart. You could have still been there.
Even like last year, like 1 year, I feel so dark just because of my look. I don't even function well.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right.
It doesn't just affect your self-esteem, it affects your life.
Yeah, my social life is affected. I don't even go out like to the movies and stuff. Yeah.
And you know, to be honest with you, this is my big struggle in the last 2 years, but the opposite way. Because I got injured,
Yeah.
I kept losing weight, I kept getting skinnier and smaller.
Yeah.
And I prided myself on the fact that I don't have the best genetics, but I'm gonna be one of the biggest guys walking around.
Yeah.
And I've had to reprogram my brain to say, okay, now just get lean.
Yeah.
Just get lean. I hate it,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not confident with it, but I'm slowly coming around. Like, if I start seeing a little more,
Yeah.
the ads pop out, okay, I get a little, it's better. But the point is, I can understand that. It's like infected my life. Like, honestly, I think during that time I lost clients, and
Yeah.
I just couldn't focus. Like, I'm always kind of like looking in the mirror, like, oh, this sucks, oh, this sucks, oh, this
Oh, yeah.
sucks. So I get it. I totally get it. But for you, it's like your personality went from awesome to dark to awesome. Like,
Yes.
I think it actually helped you for your whole life because you got into the pits of hell and you rose out to be queen of heaven. So
Yes.
it's like I think you're gonna never take that for granted again.
Yes.
Like, I don't think you're
Yeah.
ever gonna go
No.
opposite again.
No.
I don't think it's possible, right? Because
No.
it's like you know now. You're not questioning like this is how I love to feel.
Yes.
Like, this is who I am.
I work hard for this.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, she worked so hard in the beginning. Like I said, 6 weeks. I have, hold on, we're gonna show you this picture of, because I have it. I have her 6-week results. This was a 6-week result. See that? And I will tell you something, she wouldn't show me her whole body. If you could see that, the whole body, you'd be like, that's a different person.
Yes.
In fact, a lot of people actually thought it was a different person. when I first showed this. Now, do you have the picture with you of how you looked before we?
Yes.
Now, go get it. Go get it. So the point of this is, she made excuses, and when she finally came to the reality where that's all that was an excuse, her whole life got better. Now, I'm not saying you have to be lean or small to have the perfect life. I'm not saying that.
This one.
But, okay, here we go. Now, keep in mind, she's wearing super baggy pants, but those are fitted. If you look, her legs are actually filling out. Look at the lower tummy.
Lower tummy,
And she
yeah.
photographs really well. So, like, this, look at the face difference. Can you see, can you draw that in?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
Yeah, the arm.
yeah, and the arms are so different. And the waist, like, a picture doesn't show waist size, but literally, could you stand up for me, please? Look at her waist. Okay, it's the size of my arm. Just 8 weeks ago,
Yes.
about right here. And now I'm not exaggerating that. This is why I was so angry.
Yes.
This is why I was let down. I put a lot of effort and work into her, and I also look at her like my sister. So it's almost like my family's disappointing me. It was like a 2-1 slap in my face. Now, but for me, I'm happier now. I mean,
Yes.
it's like I'm glad this happened
Yes.
because it really inspired me, and it's like everything that went bad is 10 times better now.
Yes.
So, you know, it's freaking awesome, and I'm so proud of you. And I want any woman out there that's questioning herself, and you can do it. But you have to stop trying to convince yourself everything is good. You need to come to reality and say, I don't like this, and I want to change.
Yeah. Even like me, I wake up like one day in the morning and I was like, okay, this sucks. I need to change. Yeah. This sucks. It's not alright. It's not okay. I'm not happy. I need to change. Yeah.
I had the exact same epiphany when I was addicted to drugs. I woke up one morning and said, I'm done with this shit. and I quit that day. And you know, it was fucking brutal. But I've never gone back to it because I'm so scared of having to go through that again. And I think she's the same with her body. She never wants to go through that hell again to get it back.
Yes. Yes. I will never ever ever go back down again because now I'm more motivated and I worked so hard for this.
Yes, you did.
I won't take it for granted. Yeah.
So, from Marissa and I to all of you, you can do it. She's living proof. And I want to say I love you all. Always respect and no excuses. Work for it. Peace and love.